Hi Luxies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I went into one of the mini Walmarts here and I decided to hit up their clearance section to see what plants they have marked down since it's spring going into summer, just so that I could add some greenery to my porch. So I found these beautiful ferns and decided to put them in my cart and take them home. I got some garden soil as well. I got just the one plant essentially, but then I decided once I paid for it, I would go back and get two of them just because I wanted kind of that balance on the porch. And I kind of felt like if I just had the one, I would have regretted not getting both of them. And a lot of times we know when you leave something and you come back, somebody else has gotten it. So yeah, I really didn't want to risk it. So I decided to use pots that I already had. I had elephant ears in these. They didn't do so well from the winter that we had. So I just got rid of those and decided to either use these or my clay pots that I also got from Walmart last year. Believe it or not, I got these beautiful ceramic pots for $5. So this is the front of my yard. Needed to do a little landscaping work, lay mulch. Just decided that I needed a little greenery to my porch. My chairs were there, of course, everything. Those are also DIY projects that I did last year. And so I just wanted to add a little bit of color. As you can see, I do have some very scarce. I think one is a gardenia and one is a rose bush. I had to prune those. So it was just really time to kind of give my porch a refresh, just to give it something very nice, very tropical. Ever since we went to Savannah last year, I have just fell in love with like sage palms and ferns and just anything that just makes it feel cozy and warm and just inviting, especially the front porch. Our floor plan of our home in our community is one of the only ones that has a porch, an extended porch on the front. So I love to add greenery. Like I made these porch planters. They have the eucalyptus and the little yellow plants. So essentially, guys, I just jumped right into it once I got home, got the plants in the garage, got my dirt. So I decided, because I had already scrubbed and cleaned the porch off, all I'm doing right now is just kind of getting all the cobwebs, cleaning all the extra debris, dust, mulch, because we do have pest control coming out. They will spray for bugs, spiders. Been seeing a lot of those with all the rain. And I just wanted to really prep this area prior to setting them out. It was kind of hot today, and I just kind of wanted something that, you know, just made it look good is all. I got all the debris behind from the porch, or behind the chairs on the porch, because when it gets really windy down here, the leaves from the bushes that you see in the video, they blow literally all over the porch. These chairs right here, I actually did these chairs. They were white when I first got them. Found them on the side of the road, came home, redone the legs. These are real wicker. And the pillow, if you're wondering why I have one, is because my daughter only got one when we were out, and it is. So the first thing I did, I had some leftover soil, and I picked up another bag from Walmart. This bag, I believe it was like $3.97. And I always work in the garage because it looked like it was originally gonna rain. It went from sunny to raining to sunny. When you're in the Tennessee Valley, you just never know what the weather's gonna be. So I just always kind of somewhat work in the garage, and I have basically cardboard pieces that I use. These came from when they, of course, built new homes. They laid this down when they do the floors, and they are really great when I'm having to do my projects. So anytime I get soil on them, I could just kind of fold them up, put them in the trash. You will see my daughter in this video. She loves to be in the camera when I'm recording. So if you see her, yeah. And actually, when I recorded this, just like now, my allergies were so crazy this day. Like, I had to stop so many times to blow my nose, wipe my eyes, like sneezing. Yeah, it was horrible. And I may even sound nasally now, but I'm just glad I got this done. So this is the complete layout. Everything's ready to go. I've got my planters down here, got them weighted down, and we're just gonna jump right in. As you can see, I put actually soil in the bottom of both of these. I decided to take the little thing that's in the bottom of it that actually holds the soil and the plant up. If you want them higher, I decided to take those out because these are so tall naturally on their own. And so once I kind of evenly dispersed the plant food and the soil into the pots, now I am just kind of rolling those out. I'm gonna remove a lot of the dirt that actually came in each of these pots. And I'm just going to fit those in there really nicely before I actually fill those in and put dirt in them. It's also nice to note that before just pulling these out of the pot, you want to make sure that you're laying them flat on the side. Well, not necessarily flat, but on the side, and you're kind of rolling it in its original canister so that when you put these in, everything just comes out nicely without breaking up or breaking any excess branches. This is the final look once I have both of them in the pot. Now this is of course before I prune them and get all of the dead little leaves off that were at the store. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what they look like inside before I add any extra dirt. You can still see the roots a little bit, but that's just, like I said, completely fine because you're going to cover these anyway. But this is just to kind of show you how much of it I took off prior to actually putting all the new soil and before I put the water and stuff like that. So right here, I just take a smaller pot. Usually when I'm doing the soil, I scoop it out of the bag so that I can get more at a time. And as you can see, my daughter's leg is in the way. Again, she's on, I believe, the wheelchair or the stroller. My mother-in-law's wheelchair, her grandmother's wheelchair. I'm probably getting onto her. But anyway, once I get the dirt into the pot, I had to step away and it was just not good. Now on this part, it got completely cut out and I completely apologize, Luxies. Like, the camera was where I wanted it to be, but my daughter messed with it. On this part, I'm literally just cutting the roots in half and removing them just so everything has a fresh start. So I tried to show you guys when I held it up the roots, but as you can see, just in that quick moment, that the roots had been cut in half, and they were a lot shorter than when I got them out of the pot. Yeah, this was so not good. So much of it was left off because this particular one right here as well, I was cutting the roots. As you can see, I'm kind of holding it down, and I am using a box cutter for those that are wondering. It helps to speed it up. So you were able to see it there. Like I said, it was just to cut those down, get everything back healthy, because remember, when you get these from the clearance aisle in Walmart, that they may have been underwatered, or they were exposed to more sun than they needed. A number of things kind of somewhat factor in. And my daughter's actually looking for more roly-polies in this dirt, because we actually found a couple while we were planting these. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you're using plant food and soil, and that these whatever the drainage instructions are for whatever plants you get off the clearance aisle, you just really want to make sure that you are following directions to get them back healthy. So this is what it looks like once it's in there. On each of these, I will put a little bit more soil, and that is prior to me pruning and getting everything prepped before they go out on my porch and make those look so lovely. So now that I'm finally done with the hard part of everything, I am now taking I do have gardening shears, but I couldn't find them, so I'm just using regular scissors. And I'm just literally removing every part of this tree that has any brown parts. If the leaves or stems are completely dead, I'm just completely removing them, because the roots of these were really healthy. The stalks in the pan prior to me putting them in the new pan were really healthy, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot at the bottom. I was able to salvage and keep most of all of this. Now that I've got a majority of it off, it just looks really good. It's starting to come around, as you can see. I'm really very impressed with it. And it's almost kind of like the saying, somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. But I always like to say somebody else's lost treasure is somebody else's new treasure. Because like I said, these weren't that bad of shape. As you can see, the one that I have pruned, the one versus the one that I haven't yet, that's in front of me, is really not that much of a difference. They just needed a little TLC. Okay, both of these are pruned. Forgive the stand in the way. They are ready to go. Before I set them out, I did and will water these really nice. I also put the plant food into the soil, and I kind of layered the soil on top of that so that it is constantly feeding for a few days or until I need to water it. Now I'm setting these on the porch. I put the first one on the opposite side. As you can see, my house from this direction, the sun is actually setting. Didn't take me very long other than the allergies, so I was able to kind of go ahead and get these in. Now I'm getting my second one. I'm going to put this on the opposite side. That plant is actually going on that side, so you'll see it'll be plant, chair, and then there's a space where I got a rug. I just basically redid it. It's from the thrift store. Super happy with it. Actually thought about doing some paint on it and making kind of what they call I think it's called a kunta cloth, and just kind of like creating a rug. So this is the final result, and I just kind of shot it from an angle so you could see what it looks like. Most of my shrubbery is finally coming in after the time we've actually lived in our home. And I just love greenery. It's just gorgeous. Love, love, love it. I do need to add the pillow. Did need to add the pillow to that chair. But this is the final result. I've pruned them, watered them, got them out. It's a nice, beautiful, beautiful breezy day. I mean, this was the best day to do this. It looked like it was going to rain earlier and it didn't. And I was so thankful that it kind of held off, because the following day it stormed really bad. And I had to check to make sure that these did blow off, even though this, you know, it's really heavy. So yeah, now I'm just adding the water. And like I say, anytime you replant, make sure you have some plant food. Like in this case, I just use the Walmart brand of it, and I just kind of layer it into the soil. And then I put soil on top of it, and then I do the water. And I also want to add, make sure, because most plants you need really good draining pots, so make sure you're doing that. These are exceptionally well in draining so that the roots don't rot. Decided to go ahead and water my little rose bush that I put in as well. It's been actually doing a lot better since this video. Bought it new at Lowe's, and it actually has roses on it now, and I have a video coming up with that. Salvage some more roses. And this is it, guys. This is the final product. I'm super, super happy with it. It makes my porch look so inviting, and it's so relaxing when I come out, sit out, especially during the day when the sun is setting and these are here. It just makes you feel serene. I'm a person that just loves beautiful, earthy things. I love plants and planting things. It just gives me life. I love bringing things to life. If you love this video and want to see more like this, comment, like, and subscribe. So until next time.